You would have thought on a week, really, that's been an absolute disaster for the current British government, the Right Honourable Sir Keir Starmer, and his failing government, including the alleged liar over the budget, the current Chancellor of the Exchequer at the time of recording this, the Right Honourable Rachel Reeves. Well, you might have been able to control some of the people around you, particularly when the British public have literally had it up to here and they don't want to know any more about the skullduggery, all the things that you're doing behind the scenes. They just simply don't trust you. But you can always rely on somebody even more stupid to come forward and basically ruin it in your hour of need. You know what I'm saying? As ever, let me explain. Morning chums, lovely as ever to have your company. Welcome one and all. You know the sort of thing I mean, right? Everything's going wrong, everything's failing, and what you really need is people to get on board. As you may or may not know, the alleged Chancellor, and I use that term loosely, the former chess champion that wasn't, the woman that claimed she worked for the Bank of England that didn't. Well, the problem now is, of course, that everything's very sort of, shall we say, on shaky ground. Now, as you know, and this, it's just out there in black and white, and I've pointed this out on a number of occasions, so many of the senior members of the current government are no fans of the British monarchy. In fact, Keir Starmer is on record as basically saying that he wanted to get rid of it. But this is the problem, with champagne socialists. The minute you dangle the thing that they want, then consequently they basically, oh, well, okay, changed my mind. It's a little bit like this man, David Lammy. Suddenly, when he got a chance to wear a wig and an outfit and all that sort of stuff, oh, he loved everything. But up until that point, everybody else in the previous government was bad, air server flying everywhere at the cost of the British public. He has racked up more air miles than anybody else, right? This is the legend that, of course, now will be left behind by him. And not only that, as the, well, whatever you want to call him, the current Deputy British Prime Minister, he's lost track of the amount of prisoners that he's now lost and let out accidentally. So you can see not exactly a lot of great intelligence there, right? You understand? So as I say, in this pivotal moment, you would have thought, let's rein in it a bit, step back, not upset too many people. No. You see, David Lammy has decided to remove from the Foreign Office a portrait of our late and brilliant monarch. My opinion, I know I often say this, but I thought she was brilliant, Queen Elizabeth II. And a beautiful portrait, in fact, taken in 2014 by the celebrated photographer David Bailey. And, if you read his book, it's fascinating how he got her to do the wonderful smiles and stuff like that. Just really nice, charming portrait. Well, what's he replaced it with? Well, just African flags, right? Apparently that's more inspiring for people going to visit him in the Foreign Office and seeing a wonderful monarch, 70 years dedicated service. Well, that's it, Oh, and also he's working on his own official portrait too, as do many of them in government, the champagne socialists like Yvette Cooper, who has yet to collect that very expensive portrait she had made when she was the Home Secretary. It made a complete hash of it and so was moved sideline. You get the picture. Now, here's where this is a complete mess because, again, as we know, Keir Starmer had Churchill and Margaret Thatcher removed out of government buildings, but then went on to lie literally in the White House opposite the President of the United States, crowing about the fact that, of course, President Trump is a huge admirer, supporter and fan of the late and brilliant Sir Winston Churchill. So you see the double standards on how they twist and turn everything to suit themselves. But what do you think about our current British Deputy Prime Minister? Well, removing a portrait of someone who's given far more than he ever truly can or indeed would, and replacing it with some flags? And apparently a lot of people have commented on them. I wonder how many more would comment if he'd left up the original portrait. Either way, it's complete and utter disrespect. But it's what we've come to learn from this abysmal government. And as I pointed out in a previous video, King Charles better get his act together because literally they are coming for you next. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.